Tonight we are down at the Bartons farm. It's the first night shoot of Tony Prescott's Super Soap Week, and let's face it, it's going off.
I think it's about midnight, and we've been shooting for a couple of hours already. I'm in the barn just checking out an order. Then all of a sudden I hear this noise. Lo and behold, Emma's just standing there, and she reveals that she was the actual one that pushed James off the bridge. I run across for a pitchfork to try and protect myself. She then goes for me, hits me in the stomach. The pitchfork goes up, smashes a light, and then flames start to appear.
It's a tense week for Natalie Robb, aka Moira Barton, because she's having a baby. But not only is she having a baby, but she's going to be stuck in that barn when it's full of flames.
Help me, I need your help! It's getting hotter in there and time is running out for both of them. But Emma does get through the pickup and she rams it through. She saves me, of all people. But then the barn does run out of time and it's a massive explosion of the barn. We've had lots of fun, lots of panic, lots of screaming, and as you can see, lots of smoke.
This is the viaduct at the Yorkshire Showground, and this is where the location is that we're going to throw somebody off the height of that.
We're here filming Emma's demise. I shall be getting up there later and diving off in one way or another.
And action.
A much braver woman than me. Her name's Heather. She shall be getting up there and doing all the hard stuff.
I've got a corset harness that's on me, and then that's attached to some wires. The wires then control my descent to the ground.
This is the rig that Heather was attached to. So these guys basically held on to Heather as she sort of did a bungee jump.
How are you doing, Heather?
I'm about to take the harness from Heather, the stunt woman. I'm going to do about 5 feet, and they're going to green screen underneath me. But I'm going to do all the waggling around so that you see that it's me doing it.
We try and make it look as unsafe as we sort of can, but now behind me and Jill is a bunch of our very lovely and hard-working crew. Me and Jill have been strapped completely, so neither of us can go anywhere.
The performances of the actors we've had involved in this block has been exemplary, and we do have some world-class actors on it.
I haven't changed my mind. I think I just need to pray first.
Last summer and this summer has been really, really good, and I'm really lucky to have had such good storylines and worked with such lovely people. I've had a wonderful time on Emmerdale, and it's just a great big family. Everybody's lovely, and I'm really going to miss my sons particularly. And the cast and crew, makeup, wardrobe, all these camera guys, they all work so hard. It feels like we're a team.
What's up, guys? Ned Porteous here, playing Joe Tate in Emmerdale. Well, you knew that anyway, I think. We're here at Chorley. I want to introduce you to today's stunt. This over here is what I'm going to be jumping off. Just kidding, he's going to do it. I'm not going to do it. As you can see, it's pretty serious business. We've got ropes and carabiners and blokes who seem to know what they're doing, and directors and everything going on. I'm excited. You should be excited as well.
Camera set, and action!
What they've had is they've had a drone pick up here and follow him as he runs off. It looks so cool. They've got a couple of scuba divers waiting on the bottom in case anything goes wrong, but nothing will go wrong because they're all pros. They've also got a bunch of men on a boat ready to pick up the stunt double as he comes out of the water.
Return good in the boat!
Alright, that's it, that's the stunt done. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little behind the scenes insights. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.
Hello, we're down here today at ITV Kirkstall Road Studios. We're doing the B&B scene where the scene collapses on top of Gerry. The scenes for the B&B are usually filmed up at the village, but today a whole new set has been built at the studio specifically for this scene. This is where Gerry's big finale will take place. Lachlan is going to try and get rid of Gerry because he feels Gerry knows too much and he doesn't really trust him. I'm looking forward to shooting this. I'm a little bit nervous. Let's do it. 1. and Tom have just finished shooting the collapse, and at the start of it I was rather nervous.
Yeah.
How did you feel, Tom?
I was terrified. It was great though.
We're all still intact, everyone's still
Sean
working.
hurt his hip a little bit. But
Just a little bit, but the show must go on. So I'm here now with all my makeup on, and we are just getting ready to film the Death of Gerry. The actual fall doesn't kill Gerry. Lachlan then decides to drop a big stone on his head, which is quite sinister. It's going to be very sad bringing Gerry to an end. I've really enjoyed playing him, and it's sad to see him go, but everything happens for a reason, and I really hope everyone else enjoyed seeing him on screen.
Hi guys, it's Eden, and we are on a little country lane near Harrogate because we are filming a stunt today. Background to the stunt is that Lachlan confesses all to Belle. He kind of kidnaps her, holds her hostage, she escapes, she runs through the woods and out onto this country lane, but then dun dun dun, she gets run over. Stunt wise, obviously I'm not going to get run over, but there is a stunt woman who is basically going to get hit, roll over the car, and then I will then do a shot of me like going and banging my head, and obviously they will merge as one, and it will look like I have rolled over the car.
And action!
Look out!
Thank you, cut now. Put the cameras, please.
We've just finished doing the stunt. So Donna basically had to run onto this car as it was coming at her, roll off, and it was one of the most stressful things I've ever seen. This is the aftermath, this is the aftermath. It's been the best day filming this, and I really hope you enjoy watching it as much as I've enjoyed doing it. Thank you.
Rebecca White is missing, and she may still be alive. Lachlan is the only person who knows where she is.
So I might be her only hope.
Hey guys, here we are at Butler's Farm. Today is a big stunt day. It's all going off here. Should we have a little look? Oh, look who's here.
Hello. We're getting a tractor that's going to nearly hit Matty and rams into a wall, crushes my wheelbarrow, and unfortunately takes Rona out in the process.
Behind us, we've got stunt doubles, stunt coordinators. Everyone's kind of going through the stunt now. The stunt double is spot on, he's very good. He's the guy driving the tractor through. So when they piece it together, it's going to make me look like an absolute superhero.
It's quite scary, man. It's going to be an exciting thing to watch. Can't wait to see what it looks like.
And action!
So I just saw a bit of stunt. I think Matty's definitely not destined to work on a farm, which is a shame. But I also think it's going to cause a lot of trouble ahead for Pete and Rona.
Obviously Pete is trying to blame Matty. Ultimately, he is driving the tractor. He'd been out on the booze the night before. He probably shouldn't have been driving it in the first place.
This isn't just a scratch, this is a big incident, and it's going to cause a lot of drama for them.
Are they going to stay together? Is it going to be the end of him? Keep your eyes peeled.
This is Studio One, the home of the factory in Emmerdale. We are here this week because
we are filming a fire.
It's Kerry's place of work, and she has seized an opportunity to try and do something that she thinks is a good idea to help her daughter, but things go slightly topsy-turvy.
More than slightly topsy-turvy. Yeah, I've been sneaking around smashing stuff up. That's brilliant, that is.
It's really exciting to do some stunts when you know that there's going to be really big consequences, so this is only the beginning.
Come on, you've got to get out of here.
We've finished filming at the studio now, and we're all out in the village doing some exciting stunt work.
Action!
There's going to be some stuntmen. 2 of them are going to be smashed against those mats there, and 1 other guy is going to get smashed into that car.
In visual effects guys, we got the explosions, and that makes a huge, massive bang.
There's obviously quite a risk with burning down the real set, but the art department have built a duplicate set, and we've got quite a scaffolding rig. At the top of the rig we've got some more pots with some explosions, some petrol in just to give that explosion that's coming from the roof.
Someone's going to press a button, and then it's going to set the explosion off, and then at the same time the stuntmen are going to be pulled through the air.
3, 2, 1, action!
Oh my god, the stuntman was amazing. We had to stand miles away and we felt the impact of that bang and heat and fire.
Sadly, it's the demise of young Frank. I would just like to thank all of you guys for your support, and I hope you continue to love the show as much as I do and all the people in it.
Billy! The factory has been blown up. There will be consequences, no doubt. In fact, there are very, very big consequences.
The fallout of that is going to be massive.
It's going to be a very bumpy ride.
So I'll see you on the other side.
Hi guys, we're here at a lake in Halifax with some big stories and even bigger stunts.
Okay, recording and action. We are doing the culmination of about a year's story. We have a boat and there's going to be explosions.
It looks like a very peaceful and beautiful place to have a fishing trip, but it's not quite what it seems.
Now, we choose the bay. We've basically created a big U with this little pontoon, and then the boat sits in the middle of it, and we just move the cameras around to make it look like we're in the middle of the lake. It's very clever.
And action.
Come on, man! Filming the scenes on the boat, it's been a bit of a tricky one for me. Before this whole storyline, I couldn't swim, so it's been kind of the nudge I needed to learn to swim.
There's a sequence of events which has involved us being on the boat and in the water, and even sometimes in the water when you're not meant to be in the water. I fell into the water on the Tate when we were having a bit of a fight. It was embarrassing. First day we came here, they had the drones and they had loads of cameras set up. They did a huge explosion on one of the other boats and it was pretty impressive.
Seeing the explosion was very, very surreal. I know it was just a stunt that we pulled, but it was amazing just to see. So I've been filming stuff on the water and in the water, but now Nat and Jeff are going to be doing stuff in Essex in a tank for the underwater stuff.
We're in Basildon now, and this is where we're doing all the underwater photography for Super Soapy. These are big stories that have been building up over a long time. When they come to a conclusion, I want to make sure they're not disappointed.
We get our instructions from director David to tell us exactly what we need to do. We then put the regulators in and go down with the divers to this platform. I've got weights in my pockets and things like that to keep me down, and every few feet we're going we have to kind of blow our noses like you do when you're on an aeroplane.
We've got all the set all underneath it, some rockery and weeds, and then they put some ink in it to make it all look dark and murky like the lake actually was. When you're actually under the water, you can't see anything really. You can see distant kind of figures, you can't see the camera underneath.
The tank itself I think is 31 degrees. It's quite lovely just to kind of swim about in there because it's like having a really warm bath.
Nat and Jeff have put a lot of work into just getting ready for this moment really. I've been able to get tight shots of them giving us emotion. And there's such a big story going on here and I feel that's coming across and it's just down to them. It's been brilliant.
The more this is going on, the more fun it's becoming. No longer see it as a challenge, but something that's really exciting and thrilling to be part of.
Obviously there's going to be consequences to everyone's actions.
You're not going to die today. It's a very messy time for Kane, Moira and Nate, and the fallout will be huge. Kane!
Where this goes from here, who knows, because this is big stuff for Kane.
Graham has been through a lot since he's been in the village, and tonight is probably one of the biggest events he's about to go through, which unfortunately ends in his death.
This is the beginning of a fairly lengthy fight sequence between Pierce and Graham, and the atmosphere is being built up with all this dry ice and stuff.
We just filmed a scene where I had to get dragged in loads of leaves. I was covered in mud and everything.
I suppose this is a bit of a trade secret, but I've got a strap that I can drag him with. No acting required. We're just going to be dragging him through the leaves and the mud, bless him.
It'll probably be a beauty therapy in about 2 years, so actually I was quite enjoying it. Well, the atmosphere is brilliant when we film these things because it's so professional, it's very exciting because you're doing big stunts.
We end up going onto a bridge and I run him over in a car and knock him off the bridge.
We've had stunt doubles. We would love to do it, but we can't do all of it. I've really enjoyed it. I just love all the combat stuff. I feel like a 14-year-old boy again. It's brilliant. I've loved playing Graham because he's an ambiguous character. He's very dark, but he tries to do the right thing, and he's actually kind of dark knight for justice. And if you upset him, then he thinks you deserve everything, but he won't do it usually to people who don't deserve it. And he's loyal, and he's actually quite sensitive underneath, as we found out. He's a bit of a pussycat, really. Just got lots of combat skills.
Do you ever have a feeling that something really big is about to start?
What I'd like to say mainly is thank you to the fans, because the show isn't, capable of existing without the fans. And I've had such lovely, feedback and backing from the fans about Graham. I don't think they initially understood what it was about. Nobody does, actually. I still don't know what it's about, but people have bought into it, and they bought into the magic of him and the mystery of him. And it was a bit special for a while, and I think it's better to go while there's still the mystery, because there's plenty about him. So I just want to say thank you very much, and I'm close to tears, actually. Thank you very much.